What is the power of thought? Does it even exist? As I become more and more aware of who I truly am and that I am the only power and the only creation in my life, I've been looking at all the places where I give my power away. And I realize that everything in the physical world is a gift, but also a permission slip for me to experience something that everything in the outside world has absolutely no power. And yet, when I look at the outside world and I go into a store and I think I can buy something because I've got the money, then I'm giving my power to that money. Is it the money that's really getting me what I desire? Or is it my alignment to it? And I know it's the latter. But I came around to thinking and thought, now, as humans, and, for the last several years, I've been studying deep into deliberate creation. And I was taught, many, many, many years ago, that our thought is actually creating our world. But is it the thought? Or is it our belief in the thought? Is it our belief that the thought has got power? If a thought is a permission slip to create something deliberately, then it's actually me creating it. And the more that I've been playing in oneness and beingness and unity and awareness and consciousness and open-heartedness, the more I've experienced that beautiful love, that power that is present in those states. And as I can bring this open heart into my life and through my experiences, then it's actually my power that's doing the creating, not the thought. And that took me further down the rabbit hole. Because I was thinking about desire. Now, in my old thinking, desire was like a carrot, something to entice me to shift my thinking and thereby shift my frequency and thereby align with what I desired. It was like my true self waving a carrot in front of me. And the more I've been connecting through the heart with desire, I realize that desire is actually a window into truth. It's a moment of reflection of truth. And in that moment of desire, you might see or witness something through the heart that sets your heart on fire. And you say, oh, I want that. Not realizing that you've actually looked through a window at something that already exists for you. And this has really changed my beingness. And it's really set me back into the oneness that I am, because I realize that everything exists for me right now. And the only reason I can't experience some pieces of these things that I've glimpsed through this window of desire is because I haven't maintained that frequency. I've been on it for a moment and I've witnessed its existence, yet I haven't been able to maintain it because I've separated myself directly afterwards in the next moment and said, oh, yes, I'd like that. I haven't got it. And of course, whenever we are in thought, we're in duality and we're back in our thought created world. Now, this has kind of come full circle, but our thought created world is a world of illusion. We are living inside of our consciousness. And when we have a thought, we are projecting the image of something onto the canvas of life. And if we align with it through desire, through feeling, then yes, we can experience it, but we're experiencing it in the illusion. And anything created from thought always contains its opposite as well. And it's not permanent. And I see people who are creating great things in the world, even finances, and then they lose it. You see people who win the lottery and they have it and then it's gone. And that's because it's been created in the world of illusion through permission slips. You buy a lottery ticket and you think, great, this is my ticket to freedom. But if you haven't aligned with it vibrationally, and you would have to align with it temporarily, the excitement of winning it before it's even been drawn could land it in your lap. But if you can't maintain that frequency, it's not going to hang around. You're going to switch back into, oh gosh, what am I going to do with it? I've never had this sort of money. And you're back in the mind and you're in polarity. And wherever there's polarity, there's abundance and lack. So you're switching from abundance to lack. So you lose access to this money through your perspective of, I could lose it, or I don't know how to look after it, or whatever it might be. When we are living through the heart, everything appears in wholeness. And yes, it's still an appearance, it's still in our consciousness, but it's consistent. And for this lifetime, if it's created through the heart, it will be maintained through the heart. And wholeness will continue to be our experience. And I believe this is what heaven is. Heaven is experiencing this world of wholeness, this experience of no lack, this experience of love. And it can only be received through the heart, because only with an open heart can we meet our true self, that unconditional love of acceptance of all things. And love is acceptance. If we can't accept something, anything in our life, then we're not in unconditional love. We're still in that world of separation and polarity. So making beingness and open-heartedness a practice of mine, I'm starting to experience life in a whole different way, because I'm shifting from that frequency of duality, of up and down, of rhythm, into a more stable frequency of love, of wholeness. And this is what I wish for everybody, because in oneness and wholeness, I know that everything I encounter in my world, including you, is part of me. And my true peace will radiate out and support all of myself coming into peace. But as you being part of me, it's my desire that you know and feel what I know and feel, and are able to live your life in the absolute best and most joyous way that you desire. Thank you for joining me.